Shortly after this 2004 article, Harvard Law School graduate Barack Obama, half white and half Kenyan with no ancestors who were American slaves, emerged as the great black hope of the Democratic Party. So this controversy was driven from the mainstream media to not confuse the Democrats' return to the White House in 2008. Like many of Mr. Trump's more provocative statements back to the latest New York Times article, the comments conveyed several unsettling ideas at once, all of them somewhat open to interpretation. So Kamala Harris's father split from her mother at age 5. She was overwhelmingly raised by her mother. She was overwhelmingly raised in Indian culture, not black culture, right? So Dr. Donald Harris, a communist Marxist economist, got tenure at Stanford University. He comes from Jamaica's mulatto middle class, and they are not called black in Jamaica, right? They are called white in Jamaica. Now, Americans have a one-drop rule, generally speaking, for lumping people into either black or white. And so Americans don't necessarily understand Caribbean and Latin American gradients, which go back to Spanish times. So on Kamala Harris's birth certificate, her father entered his race as Jamaican, which is probably a sensible way around the problem of Americans lacking a vocabulary to describe mulattoes like himself. So the point of this New York Times news article is that Kamala Harris is a woman, black, Asian, and most importantly, a Democrat. So she has far more Pokemon point privileges than an inferior like the male white Republican Donald Trump, who should never dare to ask any questions about his social superiors. If you want to get a good reading on Kamala Harris, there's a good book by Peter Schweitzer, Profiles in Corruption, Abuse of Power by America's Progressive Elite 2020. Got a long chapter on Kamala Harris.